Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope this video finds you well. How are you? How are you feeling? Happy August. It's a new month. Let's pray and hope that this month brings abundance and blessings and good vibes. And just, let's hope it gives what it needs to give. So I'm back with this Kylie Jenner X Makeup by Ariel recreation. One thing about Kylie and Ariel, when they come together, it's always fire. This look was trending for a bit. A couple of creators recreated it. I'm a bit late because I had some complications with some makeup, which I'll, go into later. But yeah, I'm back and this is the look that I created. It's very cute, very pink, very feminine, very girly, right up my alley because I absolutely love pink and I love pink blush. I won't keep you here too long. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't lose me. A lot of people watch videos and don't subscribe to them but keep coming back to watch. Subscribe. I'm waiting. I'm joking. But yeah, don't forget to share this video with your friends or whoever it is if you end up liking it. And leave a comment down below of your video suggestions, what you want to see from me, where you're from and where you're watching me from. I really do want to engage and interact with you guys more. Don't forget to follow me on the rest of my socials for more content from moi. Let's get into this video. If you want to see how I created this look, keep on watching. It's been like really hot here in the UK, like ridiculously hot. We got to 40 degrees and in all my 21 near 22 years of life I have never experienced heat like that, even abroad, even like in Jamaica. This was ridiculous. And the thing is, here in the UK we literally aren't built for it. We do not have the infrastructure. We don't have AC in our homes, so it's literally hell. It's literally hell. It was just ridiculous. Then I had all this mess with like my eyes watering. Every time I tried to do my makeup, my eyes would just water. I'm praying that the same thing doesn't happen today because I just cannot. I really cannot. So today we're going to be recreating a Makeup by Ariel X Kylie Jenner look. I'll try and put it up here so you can see it, but it's very pink, it's very girly, it's very blushy, very me. I love pink. So yeah, and it's quite fresh faced. Obviously I do have hyperpigmentation and scars, so I am gonna need some coverage. I feel like the look is kind of derivative of the clean girl look, but it's just a lot more blush. And I love the blush placement. Makeup by Ariel always does this beautiful baby pink blush on Kylie that's iconic. It's like a part of her signature look. In the theme of clean girl, I'm sat here with Starbucks, very on brand for the clean girl aesthetic. I have some thoughts on the clean girl aesthetic, but I shan't digress today. I have just gone in and prepped my skin with the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. I don't really need much skin prep. I'm also taking my makeup off straight after this, so I don't need like a primer so much. So I've actually got a new color corrective palette, and this is the Kem Beauty color correcting duo, and it's really nice. I really do like it. It's a lot more like, it's smaller and compact, so it's easy to travel with. And this is what it looks like. I'm going to be using the darker shade. As always, I'm going to take my trusty Made by Mitchell mirror. I'm going to take this Smashbox blurring concealer brush. This brush is like, it's not too dense, but it's not too fluffy. It's just a great balance in between. This is the type of brush that you want for color correcting so that you can really buff that into the skin properly. I'm literally just working that into the areas that I have hyperpigmentation, like so. This color corrector is different to the ones that I'm used to. The colour corrector that I'm used to is the MAC colour correcting palette in the shade Deep. You guys know that I use this all the time because I colour correct in every single one of my makeup looks and every time I do my makeup now. So yeah, the MAC colour corrector is more, the shades that I use are more orange in tone, whereas this is slightly more peach. It's like a mix between a concealer that is similar to my shade, but it has a bit of peachiness and a bit of orange to it. And I kind of like it. I like it because sometimes when you color correct, I find that, because I'm quite heavy-handed, I find that I actually end up having to work to cover that stark red orange color corrector. So the fact that this is closer to my skin, is lovely. Make sure you take that underneath the chin here, just because I do have that darkness that translates downwards. Now that that is done, I'm actually going to take my favourite foundation. So this is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear. You can see I've literally been shaking it up so that it looks full. I need a new one. And I should probably order one soon because I've got a couple of uses in this. But you can see it's well loved. If there's one foundation that you need, it is this foundation. I have combination skin, by the way, and this is amazing. I love it so much. Nars do the best complexion products in my opinion. Like, there is no beating them. I'm going to take a few pumps. I've been trying to use less foundation, just because I feel like sometimes I go a bit heavy-handed. I'm just gonna take four pumps is equivalent to like a pump and a half. This is what it looks like. This is the Danessa Myrix tool. When I bought this, I don't know why I thought it was going to be bigger, because it's like a ring. It attaches onto my finger, which is really cute, really nifty. If you're a makeup artist, I think you'd really like this. But I don't know why I thought it was going to be bigger, and it came and I was like, this little thing for £5. Teeth. Anyway, I'm actually going to use a concealer brush to spread that out. So I'm going to use this Morphe M224 brush. You can literally just use the backy or like the handle of your brush if you want. I'm a little extra. You load up the brush and put it onto the brush is going to soak up the product in the same way that like a beauty blender will soak up the product. The beauty blender definitely does soak up more, but you see my point. So I like to spread my foundation out before, just to make sure I'm getting the most out of it, basically. I like to spread it like this. Again, getting what I can out of what I've just taken. I can't get enough of makeup, especially like makeup brushes and tools. So Smashbox is actually ceasing trade here in the UK come September, and I had no idea. So some of my favourite brushes are from Smashbox, so I got a few more. Most of them are actually out of stock. Some of their products are still in stock. I didn't really care for their products, I just wanted the brushes because their tools are amazing. I'm going to go in with my foundation brush, and so the foundation brush I'm using, this is the Smashbox Full Coverage Foundation Brush. It's a little bit more dense. I do have the blurring foundation brush, but I find this is like more for buffing out. Like, I want to get as much coverage as I can. So this is slightly more dense, but it still has mobility and flexibility. Whereas this is like less dense. But these are amazing brushes, and if I didn't say, Smashbox have 50% off everywhere that sells Smashbox. Feel unique, look fantastic, boots the actual Smashbox website, and I believe that's all. Those are the main retailers, and so everywhere it's 50% off online, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be in store as well. I'm filming like a shorter form of content at the same time, and it's kind of hard. Oh, I love this brush. Oh wow, I love this brush. This brush reminds me of like the Morphe M439, but it's like different in shape, because the Morphe M39 is like more circular, whereas this is like angled. But in terms of like denseness, girl, English, in terms of density, I think they're the same. I did let my foundation sit for a bit, so it does have a little bit more coverage, even though this is already like full coverage foundation. In that look, Kylie's skin is quite matte, and it doesn't appear as if she's wearing much, but like I said, you know, the girl has hyperpigmentation and all of these things, so I need the coverage to cover it. Now that that is done, I'm gonna go in with this Shiseido concealer. So this is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self Refreshing Concealer in the shade 304 Medium. It's a bit of a mouthful. I love this concealer, but the coverage isn't that good, and I love full coverage, but in this picture there doesn't appear to be, like I said, much coverage. I don't think I need that much coverage, so I'm literally just going to put this here and here above my mouth. Okay, and then a little bit on my chin, and then a little bit one here, and then yeah, so if you see me look into the side, it's because that's where my mirror is. I'm gonna allow that to sit for a moment. If I didn't say already, I don't think I explained, but I've already done my brows. The brows in the picture are very minimalistic. For my brows, I've literally used 2 products and barely one of the other. So I went in with the Nyx Brow Glue. I use this when I literally just want to quickly put my brows up if I'm running errands or I'm going up the road and I just want to look a little bit more put together. I'll literally just run this through my brows. You can use this to give you like the laminated effect. I personally don't really use it for that, nor do I like it for that. And then I went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pen in the shade Granite, and that was literally it. And I used the littlest bit of this just to sort of fill in the sparse areas here and the sparse areas on the tails of my brows, and that was literally it. In that picture it doesn't appear as if she's wearing contour, but I didn't want to look too flat. I'm gonna go in with this Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood contour wand. This is the Easy Contour Wand in the shade Medium Deep. I love this product so much. My only qualm is that this is the darkest shade, and if you haven't seen it before, I'm going to put it on my face and you're going to see that it doesn't give you much dimension, much depth. It's not dark enough, and I can't believe there's literally only 2 shades, of which this is the darkest. Literally ridiculous. And I know that she's recently come out with like a sort of balm bronzer contour product. I swatched it in store, didn't like it. They run quite neutral, cool. Not the vibes for a warm babe like me. I think that definitely works more if you're going for the actual contoured look. The difference between contour and bronzing is that contouring is supposed to basically emulate a shadow, so you're supposed to use a more cool, more girl, it's like 2 o'clock and I'm like forgetting what I was saying. Okay, so you're basically supposed to use a more cool and a more neutral shade to emulate and create that shadow. Bronzing is generally more warm. It's supposed to bring more warmth to your face to give you that sun-kissed kind of glow look. With me, I personally use bronzing products as my contour and bronzer. I prefer warmth on my face as opposed to cool tone. I don't like it. I don't think it looks flattering on me. Oh, it's such a good product, and I think I spoke about this before on my Instagram. If you're not following me, follow me there. I often go on these little tangents and these little rants and give my 2 pieces, my 2 cents on things. But yeah, you see when you have a great product or like a viral product, with products like this where it's not entirely, like, I'm not going to use too much, where it's not extremely exclusive, where it's not extremely inclusive, sorry, what happens is that your black consumers or your deeper skin consumers do not get to participate in the like excitement and the novelty of a viral product. And I think that just, it's really just not fair. It's not fair because this is a great product, but if I blend this too much, best believe you won't be able to see it. So I have to tread lightly with this one. And I also, I'm not going to do it today, but I often like reverse contour. So like I'll cut my contour with powder afterwards, just so that you can see this more, and I'll go in on top with powder, bronzer or contour, which I normally do, but that's besides the point. It's very annoying as a black or a brown or especially deeper skin consumer to not be able to participate in the excitement. And the hype, like everything's about virality right now, and you know, especially with TikTok has come and changed the game. And yeah, so like viral products, especially amongst the beauty community, whether you're a consumer or whether you're like a content creator like myself, it's just annoying because it's like, oh, I want to try that, but there isn't a shade for me. Even this, so for example, I was going to get the Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is not a Charlotte Tilbury hate page. I actually really like her products, but I just feel like her, as well as other brands, can do better to encompass the nuances of like brown, black, and just generally deeper skin tones. But I wanted to get the Beautiful Skin foundation, but there wasn't a shade for me. Number 13 was way too light. Number 14 was it was neutral and it was too dark. And so the woman was like, oh, why don't you just get both and mix them together? For a £36 foundation, I don't think so. I don't think so, especially when the brand could literally do that themselves to make their shade range more inclusive. I just, girl, be for real. But yeah, it's just really annoying, really annoying. But this is a really good product. So if you're like my shade or lighter, then I would definitely recommend. If you're any deeper, sorry for you, babe. Sorry for you. And I actually feel bad using this product because it's such a good product. You're going to see the way it blends if you haven't before. If not this, a product that is definitely more inclusive, and I love it just as much as this. This is the Say Sunmelt Bronzer in the shade Deep Bronze, and this is what it looks like. This is the shade. Got a bit more red than this in here, and it's really nice and warm, perfect for the summer, perfect for that that sun-kissed, I've been on a holiday kind of glow vibe. And there's also a shade deeper than this. So to blend that out, literally minimal effort, you're going to see it. I'm going to take the Smashbox blurring foundation brush, and I'm literally just tapping. Just tapping. Just tapping. I probably put a bit too much considering she isn't really bronzed in that look. But look at the material. Blended within mere seconds. Shame, 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 shame. I really hope she comes out with a deeper shade. Like petition, let's create a petition to get her to come out with a deeper shade, because I think even I would want a deeper shade in this, or just deeper shades in general, because this is such a good product. You'll notice I'm not dragging my contour all the way like down here, I'm just keeping it up here, because this face of mine, chubby, 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 wubby. So we're trying to keep a little bit of structure. So another Smashbox brush. This is the Precise Highlighting Smashbox brush. I picked this up as well, and I'm just gonna use it to blend out that concealer that I probably left to sit for a bit too long because I was chapping away. Going back in with my foundation on the edge of that to really just blend. Same thing over here. I'll leave that. Interesting thing about this concealer placement, recently a video from a makeup artist went viral. She was like, please stop doing your concealer like this, or you don't need this much concealer, or whatever it is. And I just feel like she is I think she's a professional or a celebrity makeup artist, can't remember. And I hear it. I always welcome their opinions. I think also recently there's been conversations about is it like the gap or whatever it is between the influencing community and the MUA community, and how they both operate and how they interact with each other. Even though I'm a small, micro content creator, not for long, by God's grace, I wouldn't really consider myself to be a part of that conversation, but I find it quite interesting, the opinions that people had on certain things. But she basically kind of came out and was like, yeah, stop doing your concealer like this. And I just feel like, and then she proposed a technique. Like, personally, makeup is art and art is subjective, and there's a lot of videos like that on Instagram and on TikTok where it's like, you need to stop doing your concealer like this, or you need to do whatever it is. And sometimes it can be beneficial. Like, I definitely do welcome the insight and the perspective from other people, especially makeup artists, because they have, years of artistry, experience and knowledge and actual education behind them. But at the end of the day, do what works for you. Like, what works on my face may not work for your face, and that's very important to remember. The desired outcome and look may not be the same, and it's just like, do what you want, really. in my opinion. Do what you want, do what you like, do what you prefer, do what you will. I never blend my concealer with a brush, so this is very weird for me. And this is actually a highlighting brush in terms of like shimmer highlight, but I find that it's really nice for like concealer. So I've just gone ahead and I've blended underneath my eyes just a little bit more and added a little bit of nose contour that has completely disappeared again. But I went in with this beauty blender. So this is a makeup sponge from the actual brand, Beauty Blender. This is the it's the one that changes color. That's why it says Wet Me. So yeah, it changes from like orange to yellow depending on like I think the water content or maybe the temperature, whatever. But this one is really, really nice. I think I actually prefer it to the black one, because they look different. Like this one, the actual material is different, if that makes sense. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set my under eye. I'm going in with my trusty Laura Mercier powder in the shade Honey. Just because I want my under eyes to look a little bit natural. I'm going to try and not make them too dry. And I don't want them to be too bright. So I'm going to blend underneath my eyes once more. And then I'm going to use the other side. So this is the part that I've used to blend underneath my eyes, and then use the other side to apply the powder basically, so I can swap between the two. Okay, taking that one and then literally tapping. You can take that up underneath the nose. Make sure you really go underneath the eye. That's why the cupping I look really weird. But I don't want the product to separate and crease. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a bit of that powder underneath my eyes. And I'm going to take the excess on my nose. Because the concealer is dry, it's not disrupting any product underneath or ruining anything. So I'm basically just going in over my foundation with this Kosas Cloud Set Powder. This is what it looks like, very dirty. It's sort of like a MAC mineralized skin finish. And then the brush that I'm using is the Peaches and Cream PC08 brush. This is a beautiful foundation brush, but it's also really nice for like packing on powder nicely. Because I do want the same matte vibes as Kylie to come through, using a dense brush as opposed to a fluffy, like more powder brush, is certainly giving me more coverage. Now for the fun part, the blush. This is a little risky. I don't normally put cream products or liquid products on top of powder, but today I'm gonna take risks and prosper. I've cleaned, oh child. So I've cleaned off the same Danessa Myricks makeup palette tool ring, and I'm going to go in with, okay, first of all my lips are dry, so I'm going to go in with this Destinee sleeping mask in the shade Sweet Candy. My lips are dry. Yeah, also this is really nice. Like if you don't have this, this is really nice. My last one lasted me literally half a year. Like there's a lot of product in this. I'm gonna take the Made by Mitchell Blursh in the shade Cow Lick, and I'm also taking the Rare Beauty blush in the shade Happy. So what I'm doing is I'm literally gonna take a little bit on here like so, and a little bit of this like so. So I'm gonna use this Sigma Beauty spatula tool, and I'm literally just mix them in together. I'm going to load up a foundation brush. I'm going to use this It Cosmetics brush. It's got a bit of mobility, it's not too dense. This is the Heavenly Complexion brush. I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's like a cult fave. Let's get into it. I'm literally just going to work this into the brush. I'm a little scared, it's a little intimidating. Okay, I'm going to leave that much on there. But I'm just That's a lot. Okay, cool. I'm a little scared. I'm just gonna place it down. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna place it down. She brings, well, Makeup by Ariel has brought the blush slightly over the contour, like so. I hope this is translating on the camera because the first time I filmed this, yes, this is the second time I filmed this, talk about dedication. The first time I filmed this, the blush wasn't translating on camera. So I hope you guys can really see. Yeah. Right here, right here. And Kylie, Kylie's blush always goes like slightly underneath her eyes. Oh, this is gorge. I wouldn't really wear this outside. I don't think this is an outside look. But this is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I always bring my blush up into my temples anyway. So this is, I hope you guys can really see that, because if you can't, and I look back at this footage and you can't see it, I'm gonna be big mad. So I'm just taking this up into my temples. Not too much. Not too much. Okay, contour. When you're doing your makeup, it's very important that you keep going back in with other, like with the product that is left on the brushes that you're using to like really just bring everything together. Because I basically worked it into my brush as opposed to applying it onto my face, especially because I've set my face with powder, it's certainly coming out a lot better. It's not clinging to any areas, it's blending lovely. I'm going to try something called mid-tone blushing. I tried it before and I absolutely love it. I can't believe that I was out here doing my blush any other way. It's completely changed my makeup game, and even though this is a very strong blushed look, it's still applicable. So I'm going to take a shade that is similar to the color that I'm wearing right now. So I'm actually going to go in with this Kem Beauty blush. This is in the shade Mobay, and I'm going to go in with another Smashbox tool. I love these brushes so much. So this is the Smashbox Buildable Cheek Brush. It's literally rubbed off because I love it so much and I use it all the time. And it's beautiful for blush. So what you want to do is you want to go in, because I already have cream blush on, I don't want to go in too heavy and intensify it way too much. So I'm literally just gonna tap and just work that into the bristle. Actually, lightly tap in. We're not rubbing, we're not nothing, we're tapping. We're tapping, we're tapping, we're tapping. And we're doing the same on the other side. This is also to mattify the look because I don't really want that shine there. Now the next thing that you want to do is you basically want to take that same blush that you've just used, or you want to take a blush that is slightly lighter than that. So a blush that would be lighter than this is the Huda Beauty Glowish Cheeky Vegan Blush in the shade number 2 Karen Coral. This is what it looks like. It's not really coral, it's more pink. Well, it shows up pink on my skin tone. And this is the shade that I would use to do the mid-tone blushing basically. Instead, to make it easier for you guys and to show you what you can do if you don't have a lighter blush, what you want to do is you can either mix it in with your translucent powder, the translucent powder that I just used, or the easiest thing to do is actually mix it in with a powder that corresponds to the powder that you'd use underneath your eyes. So in my case, I use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in the shade number 2 medium. Take a blush brush, preferably a smaller brush, because you're going to go up underneath the eyes and you don't want a brush that is too loose and too big, because that's going to just disperse the product too much. So this is the A22 brush. I love this brush so much. I really wish the Makeup by Ariel X Morphe brush brushes from their collection and their collaboration together, that's where this is from. I wish they were available to purchase individually, because this brush, as well as some other ones, are absolutely gorgeous, but I don't want to repurchase the whole entire set, which is like nearly £100, or even just the eye set, which is like 48 or whatever it is, just to get another one off one of the brushes that I want. Do you know what I mean? It's really annoying. So tap into here, and you want to tap into here, tap back into here, and tap back into here. And what you're doing is you're going to concentrate that right here. You're going to concentrate that right here at the edge. The edge of at the edge of the blush. And what that basically does, and you kind of can push it this way as well, what that basically does is make that conversion underneath the under eye a lot smoother. A lot smoother. See? You should be able to see the difference between this eye and this eye. I don't think this look shows off just how incredible, just how great this hack or trick is, because there's a lot of blush on my face. But normally if you had just a normal amount of blush, then you'd see how beautifully, but even so you can still see how this is like very, you know, in your face, and there's like a stark line sort of. There's not a smooth gradient from the blush to the under eye, whereas on this side there is. I love Makeup by Lex is the person that I learnt this from. She's an amazing creator. Her that is Makeup by Lex, that's Lexh, on TikTok. This is where I learned it from, and it has changed the game. I've applied mascara, but I completely forgot that I'm supposed to add blush onto my eyelids, and I just remembered. But I went in with the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Mascara. This is the best mascara for bottom lashes. I'm not too big on higher mascaras, but this mascara is really, really good, and I think it's a lot cheaper than the other ones. But yeah, let's add that blush to my eyes. I'm gonna go in with the same mixture. What I'm gonna do is take the end of that blush, the same brush that we use for the liquid blush. And we're tapping because we want that pigment. I literally have done my eyes. I went ahead and quickly just set it with that same Huda Beauty blush. Then I added some beauty marks, mainly because I had to disguise this. I used this Too Faced Better Than Sex eyeliner, liquid eyeliner. This is the brown one. I recently went to a Too Faced event and they gifted me a few products, including this. Now for the lips, and then I'm gonna spray a bit of spray, and then I'm basically done. I'm gonna go in with this Destinee Beauty lip liner. I'm not too sure what shade this is. Unfortunately, I can't see it anywhere, and I discarded the boxes, but I will definitely give you all the details down below in the description box, as I always do. But these are really nice. They recently launched them, and they're an affordable price point. They're like about £7, I think. These are two Kem Beauty glosses. One's in the shade Candy, and this is Melba. I believe Melba was gifted to me. And I'm just going to take Candy all over my lips. Yeah, even over the lip liner, because that's what it looks like in Kylie's picture. Obviously, my top lip is a little brown, so it's not going to be entirely pink, but I really love how this came out. I'm going to add a bit of this Patrick Tart Dewy Milk Mist. This is more so to like rehydrate my face as opposed to make it dewy. You guys know that I love all the little tools. So I actually have this Patrick Tart fan. I'm saying on the phone and stuff. Anyway, yeah. This is so cute, by the way. This is super cute, and it's really good for setting your face, because sometimes when I use my electric fan, it will literally just cause my eyes to water. And I actually realised that today I did something a little different. I didn't actually put SPF on, because obviously I know that I'm filming in front of lights, but I'm about to go to bed. Well, I'm going to bed straight after this, and my eyes haven't watered. I think I've solved that. I really think that SPF is the thing that causes my eyes to water. Kylie has a few freckles on her face, so I think I'm going to add a few. I used to do this a lot in secondary school, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. This is another Destinee Beauty liner, and I'm basically just going to draw lots of dots on my hand like this. And see, oh, yeah, it's giving me a little. Okay, so I think I need to draw them a little bit more precise rather than drawing, because I've just made them a bit too long. Well, that looks really cute. Okay, I'm going to spread them out a little bit just on the sides of my nose so that it doesn't look weird, because I feel like it's slightly concentrated. So I quickly went back in with my Charlotte Tilbury powder and my beauty blender on my forehead and like just underneath my eyes over here. And look at the material. Look at the material. Like, look at the material. Truly sensational. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching me create this look. I hope you learned something from this tutorial. Comment down below your thoughts. How are you feeling? Is this something that you'd wear outside? I personally feel like no, unless it's like more festival vibes probably. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. Don't forget to subscribe so that you are up to date with all my content and when I post on here, and you can see my face again so that you don't lose me. Okay, don't forget to follow me on the rest of my socials to see more content from me. They are all cee.loux. So this brings me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Take care and bye.